All right, welcome to yoga with Dana in my living room. Today we're going to have a very just slow, relaxing flow to end our week. So if you have a pillow, have a pillow handy. We're actually going to start out using this today. And then I also have a strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap, just grab anything that's, this long, like a scarf or a rope or anything that you may have handy. All right, so I've got my pillow at the top of my mat. We're going to lay down like we're in bed. All right, just make your way down to the mat. Head on your pillow. You can just keep your palms open and just let yourself relax. We're going to just focus on our breath. As you get settled, just let your awareness just switch to your breath. Just pay attention to how you're breathing right now. And let yourself just take slow, just long, deep breaths. This is very, very calming to just stop and pay attention to the breath. Or just to stop and just be aware of the present moment. You can pay attention to your breath. You can pay attention to, just different things that you sense in the room, things that you hear, things that you see. Just paying attention to the present moment. All right, I wanted to do a little breathing exercise. So we're going to inhale together for 5 counts. We're going to hold it for 2 counts. And then we're going to exhale for 6 counts. So as you inhale, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now hold it for 2 seconds. 1, 2. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to let you do that on your own for a few breaths. If this practice is new to you, you may notice that your thoughts may be all over the place. The first time I ever did this, I just remember thinking that my brain resembled 5 o'clock traffic on a very, very busy freeway with like crisscrossing bridges. And so I just realized how many thoughts I have in one given moment. So it's okay if you notice you have a lot of thoughts running through your head. And as you stop, just think about separating yourself from your thoughts and just observe them. And you can do this any way you like. I've heard of some people pretending that they're clouds and you're just watching them go by in the sky. I personally love the water, and I picture them like being on wooden planks in the ocean, just kind of drifting by. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about that. Feeling stressed about that. So just separating yourself from your thoughts and just notice them. So just take a minute to do this. Be an observer today. And as you observe your thoughts, just give them to God. You hand them to God. Surrender. He already knows your thoughts. You just acknowledge that His presence. Another thing I like to visualize personally is things that I may be carrying around, things I'm thinking about. I picture them like being in suitcases. So I'm holding my suitcases and I let them go, placing them at Jesus' feet and let Him carry them. He does a much better job of carrying my burdens than I do. For me, it feels heavy. It weighs me down. So just release anything that you may be holding on to right now. Just surrender. All right. So keeping that slow, deep, steady pace of the breath, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Just hug them there. Feeling where your lower back makes contact on the mat. Just hold it here. Continuing to release. If you want to gently rock back and forth, give yourself a little lower back massage. Feels really good. All right, and find your way back to center. Extend your legs back out straight, reach your arms overhead, and just stretch everything out. Reaching our arms in one direction, reaching our legs in the other direction. All right, and as you exhale, go ahead and draw those knees back into your chest. And from here, just gently roll to your side and make your way to a seated position. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, feel free to, grab something to sit on to elevate your hips. All right, so we're sitting nice and tall, still aware of our breath. So reach your arms all the way out. Reach, reach, reach. As you exhale, just give yourself a big hug. All right, inhale, reach those arms out one more time. And then exhale, hug yourself again, opposite arm on top. And release. Do some gentle shoulder rolls. Draw your shoulders all the way up to your ears, all the way back. All right, now just reverse your circle. Back to front. Right, draw your left ear to your left shoulder, drawing that right shoulder down, stretching the side of the neck. Take your chin, draw it to your chest, and we're going to trace just a little semicircle all the way through to the center and to the other side. All right, go ahead and trace that circle back, soften up the center, stretch on the back of the neck. Being gentle with the stretch. All right, bring your head up and then just gently look up slightly. I need to give myself another haircut. My bangs are like hitting my nose right now. All right, and bring that chin back down. We're going to inhale, creating a wing from the side. So we're grounded on the bottom. We're lifting all the way up. As you exhale, just gently twist to your right. Using your left arm to push on that thigh, taking your twist a little deeper. All right, inhale, coming back to center, lengthen. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. And release. So look at your legs and notice which one's in front, and then just switch your legs around. Just to change our position a little bit. All right, so now we're going to do a cat-cow, but we're going to do it from a seated position. So we're going to inhale, draw your chest, your heart forward, looking up slightly, arch in the back. And then as you exhale, draw that navel into the spine. So we're creating a C with our back. Tuck in our chin to our chest. Just move through that with the breath. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, coming back to center. Sitting nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to inhale. We're going to bring them all the way up. And exhale, we're going to swan dive, bringing your hands behind you. And then as you inhale, just clasp your fingers together. And then exhale, release your hands back to heart center. So we'll just move through that while we breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, clasp. Exhale, release. Coming through to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, clasp the fingers together. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, clasp. Exhale, release. Good job. All right, from here, make your way to all fours or tabletop. Take your big toes, touch them together, bring your knees out wide, and we're going to sink back into a child's pose. So bringing our bottom to our heels, extending the arms forward. If that doesn't feel good on your shoulders, feel free to bend your arms if you need to, or even bring them beside you. Rest in your forehead on the mat and then bring in the arms beside you. All right. From here, go ahead and bring that chest back up, coming back to all fours. So we're bringing our knees just under our hips. Our knees or our legs are about hip distance apart. And our arms, our shoulders are just over our wrists. All right. As you inhale, just take that right hand, just twist gently to the right. And as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So bring that arm underneath through the little opening between our arm and our chest. And then as it feels comfortable, you can lay it all the way down on the ground, or again, if this doesn't feel good, you could always kind of stay up, just honoring your body. And we're going to take that other arm and we're just going to extend it up over our head. So hugging our ear with our elbow. And just hold it here. All right. From here, we'll push ourselves back up into all fours. This time, we're going to draw our left arm up, twisting to the left. Inhale, and then exhale. Thread the needle all the way through. Find your own place to land. And then draw that opposite arm up. My pillow is actually here. Usually my hand is on the mat, but it kind of feels good this way. All right. Exhale and release. Coming back to all fours. Go ahead and just bring your chest down. So we're laying on our stomach. I'm going to move my pillow out of the way. All right. And this next little stretch is optional. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or you could always stand up and do it against a wall. So we're going to take our right arm. If you need to watch me first, feel free to do that. Just reach it. And then from here, just again, as you feel comfortable, just lean toward that arm. So we're stretching the back of the shoulder. And if you want, you can grab that left leg, holding yourself at the foot here, and just this is something that when I was going to work, right now I'm working from home, but when I'm at work, I would love to just stand and do this against the wall when I've been typing for a while. And it feels really good on the arm, on the shoulders. All right, go ahead and release that leg. We're going to roll back to our belly. And then we're going to repeat that with the other arm. So extend your left arm straight out and then gently roll toward that left arm. Option to grab the foot. All right, great job. Let's unwind, coming back to our bellies. And then come up on your forearms. We're going to do a little Sphinx pose. So we're pressing the top of our feet into the mat. Gently, just bringing our heart forward, looking forward. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. All right. From here, go ahead and come up. Keeping the forearms down, I want to do something a little fun. Kind of a variation of a downward facing dog. So I'm on my knees here. I'm going to tuck my toes, and then I'm going to draw my hips up. I'm bringing my ears between my elbows here. So this is a variation of downward facing dog called dolphin. So if you have wrist problems and you found that a regular downward facing dog bothers your wrist, this is another way to do it. All right, go ahead and come back to your knees. We're going to take our left knee, just come forward into a lunge. So if you need a little cushion under that left knee, feel free to grab your pillow or grab a blanket. I have my right hand on my knee, left hand on the ground, just feeling the stretch here. You want to challenge your balance a little more, you can bring that other arm up. We're resting both hands on our knee. So that front leg, your knee's over your ankle, but that back leg, you can adjust it as you need to. So if you need to bring it a little closer, if you want to bring it a little further away, just feel free to adjust that leg accordingly. Just let the front of the left hip here just relax and stretch. Continuing to be aware of the breath. All right, from here, draw those hips back and straighten that front leg, bringing the toes up. You can lean forward. All right, go ahead and bring the chest back up. So I'm about to do a variation of a pigeon, which may not be the ideal way to do it for you. So I'm going to show you this way, and then I'm going to show you an alternate way to do it. So I'm going to take my leg. So it's my right leg, so I'm going to draw it toward the left side of the mat. And then I'm going to let that right knee kind of fall out. And my foot is flexed. That keeps my knee protected. So I just kind of bring my hips down. And you can either bring your foot closer to your body or you can bring it further away, which is a little more challenging. Again, I'm squaring my hips. So this is one way to do it. But for some people, this can really bother your knee if you have knee problems. So an alternate way to do it is to come to your back. Take that same right knee and just cross it over the left. Again, flexing the foot. And then you just gently draw that left knee into your chest. All right, so I'm going to go back to the other way of doing it. You pick which one you want to do. And we're in pigeon here. And this is really a love-hate pose. People either love it or people really hate it. But it's a really good hip opener. But again, just be gentle, listen to the body. And as it feels comfortable, grab your pillow if it's handy. You can bring it in front of you and just gently fold over that bent knee. So I'm on my forearms, but you could even extend your arms out straight, finding your own variation here. Please breathe. Softening any areas of tension. right, great job. So whichever variation you're doing, go ahead and find your way back to all fours. Oh, hello, leg. How are you doing? All right. So let's do a quick little child's pose. So we're going to bring our hips back, arms forward. This time our knees are together. Big toes are touching each other. All right. Coming back through to all fours, I'm going to bring my left foot forward this time. Coming into a lunge. Find that position on the front leg, knee over ankle, and then just find where you want to place that back knee. Finding your own edge. So we're challenging ourselves, but we're not forcing anything. Challenges help grow us, but when we force ourselves into things, that can injure us. But we never want to do that. All right, it's the option to bring both hands to the knee. Sinking into the pose. Drawing that navel into the spine, so don't let it collapse here. Keeping that core engaged. All right, straighten that front leg. Let those toes point up toward the ceiling. Gently lean forward if you want. All right, lifting the chest. Now we're going to find whatever variation of pigeon you want to do on this side. So this is my left leg, so I'm going to draw my foot to the right, my left knee to the left. Or you can come to your back, crossing that left knee over the right knee, and then drawing the right knee into your chest. Got my hips square, finding my position. And again, you can stay here, or if you want to lean forward into it a little bit more, this is something you can play around with at home on your own time while you're watching TV. So when I say my hips are squared, my right hip is facing the mat. So it's not to the side, but it's facing down toward the mat. Top of my foot, top of the right foot is pressing into the mat as well. Notice what your breath is doing right now. You find yourself taking shallow breaths, or you find yourself holding your breath because it's a little bit tough. And really breathing through it, taking long, deep breaths. All right, great job. We're going to unwind. So coming back to all fours. Going to do another child's pose. Grab your pillow this time. I'm going to separate my knees, keeping my big toes together, and I'm going to bring the pillow right here, letting my chest rest on it. So my head is turned to one side. You can alternate your head. I'm going to keep on taking you this rest here. I think I could fall asleep like this. I'll try not to seriously. All right. I can stay here all day. Go ahead and just lift your chest. You can move that pillow back to the top of your mat and just find your way to your back. I'm going to go ahead and grab my strap or your scarf if you have one. And then we're going to make our way to our back. So you can rest your head on your pillow, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. All right. So I'm grabbing my strap here, finding the center, holding it on each end. We're going to wrap that strap around the ball of the right foot. I've got that left knee bent, left foot planted on the ground. If you don't have a strap, you can also, I think I just said something to Alexa. Hey, Alexa, stop. The joys of the next. I think she's done. All right. So we got it wrapped around the ball of our right foot. Or if you don't have a strap, you can hold the back of your leg, or you can bend your knee and hold your big toe. All right. So we're going to extend it, bringing that knee kind of toward that right shoulder. And you can straighten the leg as much as you want or bend it, just whatever feels good to you. And then option to extend that bottom leg all the way straight. You're basically doing kind of a upside down split here, or a variation of it. All right, if you want to bring that leg out to the side more, still holding the strap or whatever you're holding on to, drawing those toes toward the mat. Again, bending that knee as much as you want to. We're just exploring and playing around today. All right, go ahead and draw the knee or draw the leg back to center. Bend the knee, gently bring it down, taking the strap away if you have one. We're placing that right foot on the mat. I'm going to scooch a little bit because I'm up against the wall. We're going to repeat that on the left side. So take your strap or your hand and wrap it around the ball of the foot, or grabbing wherever you want to grab on your leg. Drawing that left knee toward the left shoulder. And then option to extend the right leg down straight. All right, go ahead and bring that leg to the side. And if you're like me and you're against a wall, you can kind of rest it against the wall. All right, go ahead and bring that leg back to the center. Bending the knee. You're going to take the strap away. All right. Now, bring both of the soles of your feet to the mat so we have our knees straight up. Now we're going to do the pose. Generally, it's usually done standing, but we're going to do it laying down today. So we're going to take our right leg and we're going to cross it over our left leg. So we're crossing at the knees. And then just draw those knees up. So you can stay here, or if this doesn't feel comfortable either, you can always just cross more at the calf. But we're squeezing toward the midline. So we're drawing our legs, we're drawing everything toward the center imaginary line. So you can even take it a little further and draw that right foot and kind of tuck it. It's kind of weird. All right, so I'm twisting here and I'm twisting here. So I got my right foot underneath the kind of that Achilles tendon. That actually hurts. All right. So this is eagle legs. So we're going to take our arms. You can either draw the elbows straight out in front of your shoulders here, or you can twist your arms as well. So generally you want to do the opposite arm on top. So I have my right leg on top. So I'm going to crisscross my left arm on top. So I'm crossing at the elbows. And then you can either keep the backs of your hands together or you can even cross your hands. So we're doing all kinds of twists here. We're just squeezing everything in. So we're eagles. I'm not sure how this looks like an eagle, but let's do eagle pose. Whew. All right, we're going to unwind our arms. If you got the bottom twist going, you can untwist that. So keep the crisscross at the knees. And then we're going to draw that right knee toward the left. So we're just going to do a little twist here on the ground. Keeping both of our shoulder blades on the mat. Draw that right arm out. And we're just drawing that right knee toward the mat. If you want to even take your head and just look at that right hand. It's a great little twist. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always either extend that bottom leg out straight or even just stack the knees on top of each other. I'm sorry if you can hear my puppies. They pick the quietest moments and they want to say, look at me, I'm still here. So they're barking. All right, so we're going to unwind. Woo. And just repeat that on the other side. So we're going to crisscross left over right. Draw the knees up. Squeezing into the midline. Option to twist at the bottom as well. And then we're going to take our arms. And then you want to twist at the arms. This time my right arm's on top and my left knee's on top. Feel your core engaging as you're holding your legs up. Just drawing that navel toward the spine. Okay, go ahead and untwist your arms, untwist your legs at the bottom. And then we're going to twist, bring in the left knee to the right side this time, keeping those shoulder blades on the mat. Find whatever variation you want of the twist, so you can straighten that bottom leg, back the knees. Normally my left arm would be out straight, but again, I've got this little wall here. That's okay, but I'm going to look toward my left hand. All right, we're going to untwist. Ooh, coming back to a neutral position. I can feel that in my back. All right, gently draw your knees in. All right, now we're going to go into our final relaxation pose. So 2 options here. You can rest your knees on top of each other or rest your knees against each other with our feet wide, or you can extend the legs all the way out, letting your feet just turn out slightly, palms facing toward the ceiling. We're just going to completely relax here. So kind of going back to the beginning, we were talking about awareness. And one thing you can be aware of is your breath, or you can be aware of the sensations in the room. And another thing you can do is a body scan. So that's what we're going to do. So I invite you, just starting at the top of your head, just pay attention to how that body part feels. And then just breathe into it and let it soften. So just from the top of the head, go all the way down to your shoulders, your arms, your abdomen, until you make your way to your feet. So I'm going to be silent and let you do that. Or if you're watching the recorded version of this, feel free to pause it here and just continue that practice. We're going to make our way to a fetal position. So we're on our side. We're resting our head on our forearms or our hands, stacking our forearms. Just gently bring your awareness back to the room. Open your eyes. Come back to a seated position. All right. Well, thank y'all for being here today. I hope to see you again soon.